Hello there, and welcome to my channel. It's Kate in the Nest, and I need a bit of a celebration. I'm feeling like this is the first time I've sat down today, and it actually is. So I'm celebrating. All my bazaar packages and bundles have flown the nest now. I underestimated how much work was in that, and by the end, I was chasing my tail. So if you're waiting on an order, it's now in the hands of Australia Post. And yeah, it is what it is. It's been an absolute joy, but I take my hands off now to online suppliers who do that every day. I'm going to stick with having a bazaar just every now and then. um, and I'm just going to say I probably made some mistakes because it was my first ever time, and I'm going to just be open and honest about that. And if I have, I will fix it, and I just hope people will be kind. I'm actually quite overwhelmed with the beautiful colour in the kits that I sent out, because to receive something that someone else has made or put together, and that brings me to my celebration piece. I'm going on hot. I'm just going to have a rest after this, and I'm going to go on a little holiday from YouTube and just create and be, because when I think about it, it wasn't that long ago that I was traveling, and then I went into the bazaar, and now I've worked hard at getting all those bits and pieces out. So I've been saving this beautiful pack that I got from Beckett Sewbe for quite a while now. It could have even been winter time, but I have joy receiving her kits. Oh, there's a matching yellow bangle. Let's just put that on as well. My style is very different, and that's why it's always great to collect, because I adore Beck's kits. And so I'm going to celebrate by working on this. As I said, don't worry about me. I just need to find my house again, because it literally became a bazaar from the front door right down to the nest, and that is fine, but it needs to be sorted out before Christmas. So that's what I'm going to focus on, and I just need to sit down and create and actually let all that bubbling of new ideas and new books and patterns sort of percolate. Okay, so this is a little piece that I thought I could do because I am tired and I need beauty in my hands. So let's have a look at the kit first, and then I can just talk out loud about the pieces. And or just as I said that, I realized I forgot to put something in a kit. Oops. Anyway, see, that's me. I'm just honest. I will make that up. Okay, so look at this. Divine, divine, divine. That could easily go on in my new garden. This green, look at me. Like, has it taken a year for me to love green? Because I look at how others love green, and this is that vintage little girl's dress that I got when I was down with Bron and Sarah. So that was just popped there, and it resonates with this. Beck sources the most beautiful horsewifts, and I have run out of horsewifts. What am I talking? See, I'm tired. Suffolk puffs, and I love how she keeps them in a flower shape. I haven't got any of those left, and I love how, look at the colours of that. And sometimes I just like the backs. Well, I love the fronts as well, but I like to use the backs and then put something on top. Here's a beautiful embroidery. I was going to say they're French knots, but they're not. They're running stitch. Look how delicate that is. And there's an actual flower, a hole in the flower center. Oh, this is beautiful. This reminds me of the fabric I got from Michelle McKillop. Absolutely beautiful. Then there's a napkin. So I can understand, like, you know, Beck, when she puts things up, she does say about the joy of putting together a kit and the curation. And I really enjoy that part of my first ever go. I didn't like the putting together so much, and I will need help next time. I can't do it by myself. And my husband has become like the homing pigeon to the post office. I can't tell you how many how many trips he's made. And he just said to me then, he said that he would go anytime. And I'm very grateful, because that is not my cup of tea. It stops me from putting the things together. That is beautiful work. And look at this. Beautiful threads, cross stitch. This is an unusual color, isn't it? It's not pink and it's not red. It's tangerine, which would go nicely with some of my threads. And I love these trails. So I think this might be my third needle book kit. I think I've done 2 workshops with Beck making needlebooks, and then I might have bought another one. This might be my 4th, but each one has been different, and I love them. And it's, you know, we will keep going back to workshops like that, because it's not the one product, it's the process and the joy of putting something together. So this is a piece of vintage quilting, and you might remember when I have this close, because I just love feeling this quilt. And then now I've got the Indian quilt as well. So I think if you've been watching, the difference is with the Indian, it's the cantha, like 2 bits of cotton straight together, nothing in the middle. Whereas these, let's have a look. This has got wadding. It's very thin, but it does give that little sense of oomph. And this new one is a different sort of wadding in the middle, but again, beautiful. Okay, so this is going to be a lovely contrast for me to go from, shall I show you just what's in my East Meets West nest at the moment? So it's got my chino pouch, my little needle book and threads and treasures in there. What's that? Oh, this is the, yes, I got this out again because I was tired and thought I might do that. I've got this little piece, and this is the textile journal book that I began when I was traveling. So they all sit in there, and I just love that sense of squashiness and colour. And so here I'm going to take that energy. Oh, there's a spare bit of velvet that I might put into that nest too. Let's get myself some more room. Let's have some playing. So, blanket supplied with this kit is this beautiful yellow. That's sunshine. There's my bit of sunshine wool. Beautiful green. See, look, I'm even wearing a green shirt that I didn't even realise. So I'm sort of Christmas without the red. That's so beautiful. Is that called woolen felt? I haven't even asked you how you are. My apologies. See, I need to just breathe and start slowing down. I was just panicking that I wouldn't get everything out. It's probably taken a little longer than I thought, but that's the learning. Okay, so let's just imagine that this is the needlebook, and I'm just putting it out that way. Well, just experimenting with the cover. So this leaves lots of opportunity. Now we can always trim those edges or fold them down. Even something like that would be cute, but I'd lose a page. I do love this piece, but I think I'm going to go towards the sunshines and the greens rather than the blues, so that will go in my precious other nest. This belongs. This piece is beautiful, so let's do a harvest. The other thing, well, can you imagine me, like, I have so many pairs of scissors, but there were various times, because of course when it was my first time shipping back overseas after well, the rules changing and all of that, but just filling in the customs forms does my head in. And then when you go to the post office, like, they have to manually do it all over again. So that's another story. But why am I talking about that now? Completely lost my train of thought. Oh, by the end, I couldn't find scissors. I couldn't find a pen to write on the customs form. See, this could be a very much a flower to flower needle book as I look at that. Let's have a little standy up here. Very pretty. This, I think, also I will save. This will definitely become part of it, as will this. And I wonder if we just have a look around. It's a little bit of the leftover cantha from the nest, but no. It's a bit of cherry gingham. Do people call this stitching something else? Because I just always called it cross stitch when I was at school. So let's just gather some bits together. Oh, it's a poor parrot's tail. I wonder if that bit of raw silk might be handy to have. Oh, that's a nice little, let's just harvest that. So I hear it's cold in the Northern Hemisphere. So I imagine you'll be inside and starting to really snuggle and think about how you're going to celebrate the holiday season. My husband brought home a gift today from his work colleague, and it was mince pies. And for me, that is, you know, the only time I have them is at Christmas time, and so I've just had my first one today, which is wonderful. I'm going to save that. So I've got sort of some beautiful natural beige here. I've got some gingham. So we're just going to collect. I've got this beautiful soft vintage sheeting. So I think that's a bit of sunshine. I should have my bigger scissors with me. I can't find them. This is a harvested. I'm using this somewhere else. I can't remember where. Oh, is it in my nest? And look at that for a beautiful edging. But it's a large piece of crochet. I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit restrained with my use of crochet at the moment. Oh, but I do have this. This was a gift from the beautiful Fleur Woods. We did exchange little messages today. Oh, no, that was last night. And she's just such a beautiful person, always encouraging. And yeah, the good news is that she shared that our first ever Fleur and Kate Textiles and Treasure in the first one that we've advertised, and it's on her website, has sold out in Nelson. So that made me very happy. And she always makes me laugh. She's doing the most beautiful work with swans. I think that's what I wanted. Kristen made me a swan piece that I could embroider. So I'm just going to go into lots of little projects until I get physically back on track. That's looking very lovely. So sunshine, I don't know how I ended up with that shape. I've got the gingham, and let's go. I'm just going shopping in the nest. There's some lovely Kansas vintage crochet. Ah, yes. Can you see what I'm over here? I'm not far. Look at that. That came home with me from India. It's a silk. What if I use that in there as a pocket? It was used to carry something in. And then there's this lovely. This might have come from Beck too. But this has got a lovely shaped edge. Vintage. Look at that. So we're going greens and yellows and oranges. There's a little piece that I've harvested from somewhere else. My little girl's dress with the sleeves. Right, not my little girl's, it's, you'll know what I mean. This is left over from a nest that I was making for some other. What about the idea of that wool in there as a pincushion? Still digging over here. Oh, this came from Beck's, the first needle book. Of course I did when I didn't know very much. Look at that little birdie. That could go as a pocket. So do you get like this? You go from big to small, or from one colour to another? Or are you much more disciplined than me? They could go. A little bit of my favourite. We're not going blingy, we're just going a little bit. Nope. And sometimes that's all you have to do, isn't it? Just put it and go. Like that terrible ad. If you're in Australia, you'll know what I mean. Well, that's a little snippet. How about that for beautiful embroidery? Nope. Nothing bright. Truly, I'm battling to stay upright. So I mean standing up for a long amount of hours today. So that's why I'm going to stop here and take you back to, this is a kit by Sewbe that I've had for a while, but always watch out on Instagram. And I'm just adding little bits to it that I think will complement, that's the word. And of course my style is to embellish. And we'll use some of that wool, some of my sunshine, and some little pinks, I think. Okay, it's a quick one, but I know you will understand. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your lovely comments, and can't promise when I'll make my next YouTube, but please know I'll be all right. I just want to absorb and reflect. What's the word? I just need to be creative. Not that I'm not being creative. I think you understand. Okay, that's why I have to stop. Just getting totally mixed up with my words, and that big thing looked like a big sausage. Okay, please take care. I'll be back before Christmas. And if you miss me, as some of you do say, please just go back and find something that you haven't watched. And there's lots of other people out there too. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you again soon. And happy stitching, crocheting, knitting, whatever you're doing, because I'll be doing some of all of that except knitting. I'll be journaling though. Okay, I need to write this all down. Okay, love you lots. Bye.